Hey, shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father, the Most High, our Creator and our power, who the world ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, our Lord, our Savior, and our Deliverer, the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls JC. His name is Yahweh Shai. Call Halayamla, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. And double honors be unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. And salutations, peace, blessings, and safety unto the hopeful elect. And this lesson will be entitled "Thy Kingdom Come," because it is, which is it's a quote from the actual prayer, the Lord's prayer, in which it said, "Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done, as it is in heaven, on earth." Okay, because the Lord, His will is that the way that the way that things are being ran in the heavens, where He dwells, is the way that it's going to be ran on earth. It's not going to be this divide. It's not going to be this separation as things are perfect in the heavens, but so out of order and so wicked on the earth. No, the Lord is going to change things to where the earth and the way that people on earth live is going to be a reflection of His glory. Okay, beginning with the Israelites. Okay, because that's the world was made for our sakes, and the only reason we in this condition right now is because of our rebellion. Okay, our transgression. As the Lord, when He gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, the covenant, He gave us an ultimatum of obedience, right? Obedience will equal protection. It's, us being established, us flourishing, us being on top, having our sovereignty, being above these other nations and them in subjection to us being healthy, us, having everything that comes with being the Lord's chosen people, everything that come with it. But if we would rebel, we would get the opposite. We would be trodden down. We would have bad health. We wouldn't have any protection. We would have hatred towards one another. We would have to eat poison, so on and so forth. But the beautiful part about all of this is that it's all for our benefit. Even though we're so low, even though we've been so low for so long, it's all for our benefit because the Lord is ultimately doing all of this to prepare us for the kingdom so we can be perfect, man. Because we started off as the children of the Most High, right? As the sons of God. And all we knew was righteousness until sin was introduced. Okay, through Adam, we all died. Right. Well, actually, it's through the woman, but because of what Adam did, it caused mankind to fall. And the scriptures tell you that, right? When the scriptures says, "Oh Adam, what hast thou done?" Right? That question was being asked because of the conditions that we in through what Adam did. But the new Adam, which is Yahweh Shai coming as that quickening spirit, is going to make everything right. Okay, and we're gonna flourish, man. We're gonna be established, and we're gonna get that rest. That rest is on the way, and the Lord is showing all of the signs that we need to let us know that the kingdom is on the way. But that's not for us to get comfortable. That's not for us to lose sight of the kingdom. We have to stay kingdom minded, and that we have to stay on point so that we can be able to inherit the kingdom. Because there's a lot of Israelites that's gonna inherit the kingdom through painful death, through tribulation, through not just tribulation, but being consumed by the tribulation. Because every Israelite is gonna go through tribulation. That's the only way to the kingdom. But the Lord is gonna preserve 1/3 through the tribulation and give the elect salvation. Not all Israelites on this earth is gonna have to, or not all Israelites are gonna be delivered from these plagues that's about to be running in the earth. And a plague is not only subject to diseases and pestilence. A plague is anything that causes major distress, anything that causes pain. There's going to be many different types of plagues, but there's also going to be pestilences, right? That's going to be running through people. There's going to be famine. There's going to be all forms of perilous things in the earth, and most of our people are going to be consumed by those things, man. Whether it be by the sword, through famine, through pestilence. You know, a lot of Jake going off they self. It's a lot of different ways, right? Like they say, 1,000 ways to die. The Lord has many, many more different ways that people are gonna die, and a lot of our people, because that judgment is gonna begin at our people, man. But the Lord is showing different signs in the earth right now on a much higher level than we've ever seen. You know, and I can only speak for the time that I've been in the truth. How much more the apostles, man, being in this thing for decades, and you know, having that level of faith that they have, and still do, believing that these things was eventually gonna come to pass with not really too many signs. You know, it was certain things happening in the earth, but now it's much more. We in 2026, we seeing, right? It's projected to be 13 super moons this year. We seeing comets, right? As people call them, meteorites, right? We seeing comets. We seeing more chariot activity. We seeing the level of hatred increase in the earth, which is one of the things that was said to be a sign, right? The love of many shall wax cold. We're seeing uproars of the people. There's no peace, and that's how it was going to be prior to the kingdom of heaven being established. Completely out of control, chaos, as Yahweh Shah called it, the fire being kindled. So when we see these things happen, that's why we get excited. That's why we get happy, and that's why we find comfort in chaos, because after the chaos, it's not so much the chaos itself that we excited about or that we find comfort in, but it's the aftermath. Because after all of this comes peace, comes rest. Through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom. Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High. And the righteous are first and foremost the Israelites, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But those who fall into the category of the righteous, right, in this time is the elect. Okay, eventually all Israel will be righteous, but right now only the elect. We are the hopeful elect. We don't know who the elect is, but we are the hopeful elect. So we're doing our best to put on as the elect, to clothe ourselves with the characteristics that the elect will have, and to, you know, live as the elect will live, so that we may be found worthy of the, you know, of that title. Okay, but it said the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High. Not all Israelites are going to be in the hand of the Lord. And what does it mean to be in the hand of the Lord? To have protection, to have guidance. Not all Israelites is being guided, and you don't have to read the scriptures to know that. You can just look around. This is why you got, you know, certain Israelites strung out on hard drugs. You got certain Israelites burning in their lust, you know, homosexuality. You got, you know, whores of our women. You got murderers. Those people are they're not in that category of those who are in the hand of the Lord. So that's something to fight for, man. To be in the hand of the Lord. All right, and there shall no torment touch them. Okay, and that's not saying the elect, the righteous, are not going to go through anything. They're not going to be in adversity. They're not going to be tested. They're not going to be. It's not going to be times where the elect is questioning life. It's not going to be times where the elect is just getting straight up, you know, mollywop, man, in the spirit. No, man, that's saying that they're not going to be consumed. They're not going to perish in the same way that the rest of the world, the rest of Israel, the world of Israel is going to perish. The torment is going to be for them. Shalom, shalom, yabashim shabakatah. All right, verse 2, it says, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, because the most of the world, they don't understand what this is about. They don't understand what life is about. They don't understand the concept of judgment. They don't have the same desires we have. They love this shit. As opposed to them, we'd hate it. We hate this shit, man. As much as our flesh wants to cleave to this place, our spirit cries out daily. We don't want this to continue. We don't want to see another, and by that I mean we don't want this kingdom to continue. We don't want to see no 2045. We don't want to have to put our, for those who got kids, we don't want to have to put our kids through college and have grandbabies. You know, for those who have young kids, man, we don't want to go through that, man. We don't want to see what 2040 look like. Our desire is that the Lord continues to shorten the days and continue to bring, hell and distress upon the wicked. And that's what the Lord is doing. That's part of the signs that we see. The Lord is making it to where they struggling, man. They going through it. They're losing their power. So they moving real sloppy, and every move that they make is coming, is being found out that it's harming them more than it's doing them good, and we love it. All right, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, because the way that the righteous is gonna live, being separate mentally and spiritually from this world, is gonna be miserable. Because when you don't operate according to this world, you're cast out. These people, they hate us, man. You know, family members, just people in this world, period, that do operate in the vibration, in the frequency of this world. We stick out. We're not on the, like, for those who you know who a little older. I ain't old or nothing, but I'm still a '90s baby. But you had them TVs, them antenna TVs, and there was certain things that you would put next to the TV, and it would cause it to static, right? Certain things you put next to the TV, and the TV start to static. It'll start acting up. That's how our spirit is with their spirit. When we get in close proximity to these people, it throws off their spirit, and it throws off ours too, because we not on the same level as these people, man. Even down to the conversations that they have, right? But let me continue on. It says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace, because there's going to be a certain level, a certain spirit of comfort the Lord is going to have on the elect, understanding what this is all about. If we didn't understand what this is about, we'd be just as through as the rest of these people. Panicking, trying to squeeze out whatever little bit of success out of this wicked ass failing society that we can. Trying to make it, trying to be all that we can be. Wondering what's going on, hoping and praying that America can make a deal with Iran, and that all of this war and all of this chaos will go away and we can all live happily ever after. We'll be in that same spirit like these people. We'll be in the same spirit, man. Okay? Verse 4, it says, For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. That's the main goal. That is the main thing in our minds, is immortality. And with immortality comes righteousness. Or rather, let me say it like this: the way to immortality is righteousness. Okay? Just like the way to death is wickedness, the way to immortality is righteousness, order, obedience. Yeah, that's it. The brother posted Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit are better than the proud in spirit. Because that's who the Lord is. That's who the Lord is going to reward, man. The patient in spirit, those who wait upon Him. It tells you how it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. Because what, the proud in spirit, they're the ones that's scrambling, making haste. Those are the ones that's trying to do all that they can do in this world at any cost. They don't care about getting over on people. They don't care about doing something abominable. They don't care. But the ones who are waiting on the kingdom, waiting on the Lord to exalt them, right? As it says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that He may exalt you in due time. These people, if you try to read that to them and explain that to them, they gonna get mad. They gonna fucking cuss you out, nigga. I'm making my kingdom on earth. What are you talking about? You see all this money I'm getting? You see all these hoes? Nigga, this is heaven for me. You can't tell Jake otherwise because they don't understand spiritual things. It's better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And how much more do that apply to this kingdom? This shit over with. Brothers say it every year. We hope this is the last year, but man, every year that is not the last year, guess what? We that much closer to the end. We that much closer to the last year, whatever year that might be. This shit is for anybody who believes that there's any not reparation, but restoration for this place. That this place can possibly be rejuvenated, and you know it's gonna be booming again, and everybody gonna be happy and making money, and you're gonna be disappointed, man. You're gonna be hella disappointed. Hebrews 4:9. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High. Why it don't say it remains a rest to all people on earth? Why don't it say that? Because the people of the Most High, who are the Israelites, are the ones that's been down and out. The people of the Most High are the ones under the curses. This is not our rest. This is the heathen's rest. This is Esau's rest. We ain't got no hand in this kingdom. As much as Jake go out their way to receive benefits, even the little pennies that they may be able to get, that ain't nothing. That don't make it to where this is our, we have a portion in this place. No, I don't care if you're a billionaire. This is not your kingdom. This is not your rest. It says there remaineth therefore, meaning it's coming. It's not yet, but it's on the way. It remaineth there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High. For he that is entered into his rest, he also have ceased from his own works, as the Most High did from his. And that Sabbath has yet to come. We still working, we still laboring. You know, we still have no rest for the soles of our feet. Jake's still tired, and I'm talking about spiritually tired, and physically too. But the spiritual tired is much more heavy than the physical tired. You can do things to overcome physical tiredness, physical fatigue, but the spiritual fatigue, it's only one thing, one person that can heal that can give rest and ease to that. That's Yahweh Shem Yahushua. No matter, no amount of money, no amount of so-called freedom in this kingdom will give you that spiritual rest. Verse 11, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. So we got to work towards the kingdom. Again, we're being taught a lesson. This is all us living and experiencing firsthand the left side of things. We already experienced the right side of things. We experiencing the left side of things now. So when this is all done, we gonna have the whole picture. We're gonna be fully equipped to be those judges, those rulers. But this ain't the end, man. 2nd Ezra 7. I'm gonna start at verse 6, and I'm gonna read quite a bit. 2nd Ezra 7 and 6 says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. And it's talking about the kingdom of heaven. All right, it's I guess you could say metaphorical, but it's really talking about a city, because there's a city waiting on us, right? It says the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, which represents the dangers. Okay, all of the threatening things that we would be having to go through. And it said the entrance is narrow, meaning what? It's very thin, very small, right? It says and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could excuse me, but there could but one man go there at once, which means what? We all have to walk for ourselves. There's no land backing. You can't hop on another man's back and he carry you, nor can you carry another. You know, you gotta walk your own walk and focus on your own journey because nobody can fight or work for that reward for you, for us. Everybody is seeking out their own salvation with fear and trembling, and what makes it much harder, right? Brothers always use the analogy as well, but you know, this walk, not only is it narrow that we can only walk ourselves, but it's also a tightrope, which means what? It's extra difficult. Not only do you have to pay attention to your path, but one thing I always say when I read this scripture is like it's we walking a tightrope. The rope is bouncing. You got to balance yourself. You got to stay balanced. On top of that, you can't look back because if you look back, you're gonna lose your balance and fall either on the left or the right. And then it's like out of the water and out of the fire, you got people throwing shit at you, trying to knock you off your balance. So it's like a fight within a fight, within another fight. We trying to stay balanced and get to the destination, all while we being attacked, all while we have to fight our own selves and stay on the right path. So yeah, but it makes sense though because what we fighting for, what we're trying to get to is the reward of all rewards. Immortality, being written in the book of life, being being solidified as the elect, man. It's no greater reward than that. So obviously, it's not gonna be an easy thing to obtain, man. As nothing that's worth having is easy to obtain, and this being the best thing we can obtain, it's gonna be a hard path. It's gonna be a hard walk. All right, verse 8. And one only path between them both. Verse 9. It says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So it just gives us more understanding that this is what the Lord intended from the very beginning, man. The Lord could have easily gave us the kingdom, but when you earn something, it gives you that much more appreciation for it. When you know you worked for something, because a nigga can go to the casino right now and spend $20 and get lucky and win $30 million. What you think he gonna do? Fuck it off. He's not gonna appreciate it as if a man that worked his ass off and built up his business and put in hours and hours of work, made sacrifices, lost relationships, almost fucking died, fell, got back up, fell again, got back up again, and then he got that substance that you know it's much more appreciation and much more honor behind that path as opposed to just having it given unto you. That's not how the Lord works, man. The Lord like fighters, warriors. So what better teacher than a man who is teaching from experience? You can go to a fucking a shrink, what they call them, a shrink, a psychologist, you know, and spill out your guts about all your problems and your troubles and ask for advice from a motherfucker who ain't never went through what you went through, but they just went to school for a couple years and got a degree, and they know just how to they got pretty much a degree in giving the right answer. When if you the things that you explaining to these people, if they ever went through it themselves, they'd fucking kill themselves. So what better teachers than those who actually went through what they're going to be teaching. A first-hand teacher is the best teacher, man. It says verse 10. Let me select it. Yeah, verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that which that now is, which is, this condition that we in. All right, it was written already. It says, then were the entrances of this world made narrow. Right, from that time of Eve and Adam's transgression, that's when the path to the kingdom was made narrow, meaning death came into the world. It wouldn't be an easy, you know, prosperous walk. It wouldn't just be trouble free. Now you got to worry about all these different things. I can sit up here and name all these things we got to worry about, but I'll be here for a minute. You fighting your flesh. You in pain. You got to worry about keeping your spirit in order when people who do wickedly come around you. Man, it's heavy. But the Lord is showing us why, right? Because the Lord can tell us, don't do this, don't do that. But to give us a much, much deeper understanding, he's showing us why we wasn't supposed to go after the ways of the heathen, or why we wasn't supposed to transgress the laws. You can explain it, right? Just like you can tell a child, don't touch that stove. It's hot. Okay, well, you can explain what hot means to a child, but sometimes they gotta feel it. You can tell a kid, hey, don't play with that dog. He's gonna bite your ass. Sometimes a little kid, he gotta get nipped. And you come back running to pops like, ooh, you know, hey, that's us. And we crying out. Shit, we got all that. We got burnt, we got nipped. Told us to stop running in the house. We kept running, fell, bust our shit, all that. So now we're seeing, but most of our people, they still running in the house. They didn't already fail a couple times, still running in the house, still fucking with the dog. They find the burn of the stove amusing. The scriptures tell you to flee from sin that's from the face of a lion. If you come too near it, it's gonna bite you. Or excuse me, flee from sin that's from the face of a serpent. It's like it. Because if you come too near it, it's gonna bite you. Jake, they like playing. They like tempting the Lord. They get a rush. But like Jake say, man, but we understand the Heavenly Father is the ultimate Jake. What Jake say in the world, man, go find you something safe to do. That's what Jake better do. They better go find something safe to do, but they not. They gonna keep fucking around till they ass find out. Let me continue on. It says again, if verse 14, verse 12. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very pitiful. Excuse me, very very painful. Yeah, it says they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. Yep. And we gotta deal with all kind of shit, man. We don't have respect in our homes. We don't have our rightful place as leaders, as the the ones who lay down the order. As men, women don't. The average woman don't respect men. You have a few women out there that do have that respect. You have a few women out there that are actually able to be called women, but the rest of them, they're just females, man. Like the elders be saying, females, because they don't live as actual women. They don't respect men. But I'm not gonna go there. Let me continue on. It says, verse 13, for the entrances of the elder world were wide and short, and brought immortal fruit. Right prior to the garden, or the incident in the garden, I should say. It says, if then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. So if we don't go through this, if we didn't go through this, we wouldn't be able to get to the kingdom. Because in the very beginning, it said already that the entrance is narrow, and that's the only way to that city that's built. It says, now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself? See, seeing thou art but a corruptible man, and why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? Right, and he talk. This is the angel speaking to Esdras, because Esdras was, he was going through it in his mind, thinking about all of this, comprehending all of this, and he was low in the spirit, man. He was questioning, and he was just trying to figure it out. And the angel was dealing with him. He had to fast so he can receive those answers to the questions he was getting. Man, he was getting some deep information. All right, it's verse 16. This thing probably gonna mute me soon. It says, why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is come, rather than that which is present? Right. So why are you dwelling so much on what's going on now in this current condition, as opposed to what's to come? And that's when we have to remember as well that what the scriptures say. No um, chastening for the present seems to be joyous but grievous. And also, there's the other one I wanted to quote about how this what we're going through now is not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Everything that we're going through is heavy, is vexing, and we do have that spirit of hastening the kingdom. We want this shit to be over with, man. But we hey, the Lord is on His own timing, and we got to go through it. We got to live it out. It's coming. It's coming fast. But we still got a couple more things, man. All right. Verse 17. Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bears rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. So there's no profit, or there's no reward for living a wicked life. Even if you may be prospering in this world, that's short lived. And that's not real prosperity. That's not real glory. It's the illusion of it. That's why you're not supposed to envy a sinner, even though some of the most prosperous and flourishing people in this world are faggots, and you know uh, niggas that been selling drugs. And man, look, those people that live a corruptible life, they seem to be winning. And Jake always cleaves to that. They always get enticed by those different lifestyles, man, because it's fast. But just as fast as you live, and you gonna die even faster. That's what they don't tell you. Some Jake know, and they don't care. They just want to live fast real quick. Most of our people are deceived, thinking that's the way. It says, verse 42, jumping down to verse 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. Right? This ain't the end, man. This ain't the end all be all. It gets better. Winning a fucking Grammy, winning a Oscar, winning a championship, winning a belt. It's not the end, man. Buying a big ass house and your dream car and getting some funky ass Instagram model bitch is not the end all be all. Buying some fake ass diamonds and that's not the end all be all, man. This is not the end where much glory doth abide. That is low level. That's not being kingdom minded. Yeah, Jake like nice things, but that's not that's low level shit that we've been accustomed to because we've been in this captivity so long. That shiny nickels is a gift. When we're gonna have gold, man. Jake learned to adapt and get not even adapt, man. It's another word I'm looking for. They learn to um accept, for lack of the other word thinking of. Oh, settle. Yeah, they settle, man. They settle for this bullshit ass kingdom, man. Here it is. Esau got the fatness of the earth and everything in this world, and this shit is just so low level, man. Salakia. I'm gonna read a couple more and then end it off. My phone on 3%. Salakia. I'm gonna read a couple more. I got a couple more verses anyway. Uh, okay. It says, and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor oppress him that have gotten the victory. So when the Lord change things around and give the glory to his people, nobody gonna be able to take that away, man. The kingdom to come is an everlasting kingdom. And Esau gonna be on the bottom forever. These other nations is gonna be in subjection to us forever. Luke 12:32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So this is what the Lord wants, man. But he could have done away with us. But the Lord, he want us to flourish. He want us to do, and to live after his image, man. Let me get this last one, 'cause my phone on 2%. Revelation 21:3. It says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their God. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. That's man. I can't wait. For the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. All right. And that's close, man. The kingdom of heaven is close. And this wicked ass kingdom it's coming to an end, man. It's circling the drain, man. But Lord willing, I pray this was edifying. And with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elder bishops, the great millstone. Salutations. Peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. DTA Bob Ball. Kwame Ashala. Till next time, Shalom.